We're backstage here in Ottawa, Cosmic 8 joining us. We've got a bit of an interesting interview because I've done so many of these in the past, and I feel like you're bored about, hey, what's new? How was the flight in? What new music do you like on the way? So I've got 10 questions here, and we'll either explore one of them in depth or a couple of them depending on how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
You said 4.
Question number 4.
Question number 4.
Yeah.
Escapade versus other festivals. You've just arrived here. Have you played Escapade before? And or how does it feel? Is it different? Is it the same?
Exactly. You're right. We haven't played it before, so it's hard to tell yet. It looks great though. We just arrived. It looks awesome.
It started to rain. We play indoor. Perfect. No, just joking. So we can say we are actually in Ottawa for the first time in daylight, and we really like the city.
Beautiful city.
Yeah, not sucking up. Beautiful city.
Yeah.
And for the rest, let's speak after maybe.
Sounds good. I was here in the handful of years that they've been doing it. Last year, indoors, it started to rain and they closed the main stage and pushed everybody in here. So it was a really crammed space. It's starting to rain again outside. People seem to be coming in. It's going to change the room maybe a little bit from what was, say, listening to Cascade versus coming in to hear from you guys. Does that change how you play, or are you just playing you?
It might actually, because one thing that we don't do is we don't prepare sets, so we play what we feel during the night. Obviously, we react to how people react to our music. I mean, it won't affect the style that we play, but it might certainly affect the
It's
record.
always like people's reaction on tracks, of course. It's always a give and take. You give the music and the people react. So we always try to read the crowd, what they do like more, if it's more banging side, like flying or trancey side. Of course, we have our tracks that we want to play that most people expect us to play, so we build around that, but we just try to read them and have a good time together.
Festival versus venue, like a nightclub. Is there a big difference for you? Do you have a preference over one or the other?
It's a huge difference. Obviously, in a festival, everyone can only play usually just an hour. Actually, tonight it's awesome. We play 2 hours. This is great for a festival. But obviously, usually doing a festival, you have to play bigger tracks. It's a huge crowd. They want to hear all you've got in those 1 hour, 1.5 you have. But in a club, it's very intimate. You see the people right in front of you. Probably you play a longer set, 3-4 hours. You can actually build a journey. So
It's a total different, but both different good.
We don't prefer one over the other. It's like, would be sad to have only one of those.
Same question like we get asked like this, like DJing or producing. It's like the one doesn't work without the other for us. It's like our DJing influences our productions, while then the new productions influence our DJing again. So this is always like a give and take, and very important. The one won't work the way it does without the other, for sure.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you or that you're aware of and around you at a festival?
We were in Egypt 2005.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, 2004, 2005, and long story short, the crowd overran like the fences. Hundreds and hundreds of people ran.
And Catania was playing.
He was playing before us. We didn't even make it on stage. The promoter just pushed us in the car and got us out there. So that was pretty scary. Yeah.
Festival is an example of a 1 or 2 day event, but sometimes they're very spread out over a different period of time. So say what used to be Miami Music Week, Alter Music Festival, all of that kind of stuff. We actually, one of the first times we met, you were playing at the White Room in Miami, 2008. Very, very, very quiet party. There was about 15 people there. They stuck Menno de Jong in the indoor room, which was the ceilings were 5'6", so he had to DJ with his head Tilted all the time, and you guys literally welcomed us backstage and shared drinks with us and asked us what to play. Do you have those experiences still nowadays? Is it still tough?
Well, I think every DJ has shows that are not as good as others. There was like, I know, a super famous guy. I don't even remember who it was, but I was just thinking that person told me his last show was like basically not happening because the tickets weren't selling. I was just like, this is happening to that guy. So yeah, there's these nights. Somehow things can happen and they're not as good as others. Fortunately,
They're not 15 people anymore. Fortunately,
Yeah.
Lucky to have that. But of course, there's better and worse nights, but not to that extent.
not 15
Yeah.
people. That was just a huge fail.
Are those types of multi-day, 2 weekends, what used to be 12 days, are they still relevant for at least for you, or do you think the music scene, or is it really just become promotion and commercial in that sense?
You mean like 2 weekends in Miami?
Right.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, it's like from Tuesday to say Sunday, and most people travel in Thursday, maybe more Friday to Sunday, because everything, a decent hotel room is at least $400-500 a night.
Just too expensive.
Yeah, it for sure. Talking about Miami wasn't the smartest idea to rip apart like Ultra and the actual conference. It seemed to work out for a year or two afterwards, but now a few years later, it wasn't the best call. It's actually a shame.
Because you're right, it seems now this is more a party a week and less than a conference.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Clearly.
Yeah, and I mean, ADE probably very similar.
It is still business, still a lot of business,
Yeah,
I'd say, but hopefully it doesn't go there.
Yeah, it started full business. Believe me, people were there, getting there at 10 in the morning till 8 at night, every 15-20 minutes appointments. I was one of these people. Like first day, like my throat at night was hurting, but it was just really business. And then the parties took over. But still, that's where you go to make deals and stuff. You meet the right people. So for business, Miami is not relevant.
Also
That's
because,
all about Amsterdam.
true. But AD is not that spread out. That's what helps.
Yeah.
Everyone is really in a. When you go to that area, it's like a house or two. Then you meet everyone right there. In Miami, maybe now it's too big. It's too spread out.
Yeah, it used to be the National Hotel. All the A&Rs went there in the times of the good old white label. Like it was like,
Or 15 people at a party.
Yeah. There were like these 10 white labels and like, so what's the new track of Miami? Something is, well, it doesn't happen anymore like that, unfortunately.
Other genres of music. What do you like when you're not listening to what you do?
Well, that's a very white. I love electronica, or stuff like Banks, the band, like stuff like that, or we like house, deep house, Solomon, David August.
Yeah, things
Yeah,
like that.
it's
Chill vibe,
Techno, we
kind
love
of.
techno.
Yeah, chill vibe, kind of progressive, techno, deep house, pretty underground-ish, I'd say.
It seems as though many people that have, say, started around the time you started or when I kind of got into it have progressed to that kind of sound, which is an interesting way to think about the music sector in its own. So,
It's very true.
Yeah, I think most people when they turn older and then do things a little longer, they step that way. But we actually came from the underground scene, parties in warehouses and stuff like this. So techno is for us not just a word. We grew up. We grew up with it. We were fortunate enough to be playing and DJing in these times and see the whole scene basically grow, the whole dance scene that it is now. Just unbelievable. We were so fortunate.
well, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Have fun tonight. It should be really good. And I know there's a lot of people out there that came just for you today. So
Awesome. Thank you.
thank you again.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.